The Trump administration released a list of hardline immigration principles late Sunday that threaten to derail a deal in Congress to allow hundreds of thousands of younger undocumented immigrants to remain in the country legally. The administration's wish list includes the funding of a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border, a crackdown on the influx of Central American minors, and curbs on federal grants to sanctuary cities, according to a document distributed to Congress and obtained by The Washington Post. The demands were quickly denounced by Democratic leaders in Congress who had hoped to forge a deal with President Trump to protect younger immigrants, known as Dreamers, who were brought to the United States illegally as children. Trump announced plans last month to phase out the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals DACA program, an Obama-era program that had provided 2-year work permits to the Dreamers that Trump called unconstitutional. About 690,000 immigrants are enrolled in DACA, but their work permits are set to begin expiring in March. Trump had met last month with Senate Minority Leader Charles E. Schumer DNY, and House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi Democrat California, and agreed to try to strike a deal, worrying immigration hawks who feared that Trump would support a bill that would allow Dreamers to gain full legal status, without asking for significant border security measures in return. The list released by the administration, however, would represent a major tightening of immigration laws. Cuts to legal immigration also are included. And, while Democrats have called for a path to citizenship for all Dreamers, a group estimated at more than 1.5 million, a White House aide said Sunday night the administration is not interested in granting a path to citizenship in a deal to preserve the DACA program. The administration can't be serious about compromise or helping the Dreamers if they begin with a list that is anathema to the Dreamers, to the immigrant community, and to the vast majority of Americans, Schumer and Pelosi said in a joint statement Sunday evening. We told the president at our meeting that we were open to reasonable border security measures, but this list goes so far beyond what is reasonable. This proposal fails to represent any attempt at compromise. In a conference call with reporters, White House aides described the proposals as necessary to protect public safety and jobs for American-born workers, which was a centerpiece of Trump's campaign. The president has moved to tighten border security through executive orders, including curbs on immigration and refugees from some majority Muslim nations and an increase in deportations. The number of immigrants who have attempted to enter the country illegally across the Mexican border has decreased sharply since Trump took office. Democrats had hoped that Trump, who had equivocated over the DACA program before deciding to terminate it in the face of a legal challenge from Texas, would be open to crafting a narrow legislative deal to protect the Dreamers. But White House aides emphasized that they expect Congress to include the principles released Sunday in any package deal, a non-starter for Democrats and some moderate Republicans. We ask that the priorities be included in any deal for DACA, White House Legislative Director Mark Short said in the conference call. Immigration hardliners expressed support for the administration's immigration proposals. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Bob Goodlatte, a Republican Virginia, praised the administration for a serious proposal, and said that we cannot fix the DACA problem without fixing all of the issues that led to the underlying problem of illegal immigration in the first place. Trump had said several times over the past month that he did not expect a DACA deal to include funding for a border wall, emphasizing that the money could be included in separate legislation. But ensuring funding for the wall, which is projected to cost more than $25 billion, is the top priority on the list. White House aides declined to specify during the call how much money the president would expect from Congress. Despite the White House's calls for the complete construction of a southern border wall, and the support of some ardent conservatives in Congress, several GOP lawmakers from border states have expressed skepticism about such projects in the past. Senator John Cornyn Artex, the second-ranking Republican, has introduced legislation that would fund only partial wall construction, and mostly renovations of existing barriers. Senator Jeff Flake, Republican Arizona, a frequent sparring partner of Trump's, has also cast doubt on building a wall, saying that such barriers would require accounting for the flow of rivers that run north and south across the two countries. Others, including Representative Will Hurd Artex, whose South Texas district includes more than 800 miles of border, has proposed using technology, not brick and mortar.